This is War Map. Situation in the East Zaporizhzhia direction. After a short break, the Russian Vostok group continues its westward offensive. Some time ago, assault troops pushed back the AFU from Varvarivka on the left bank of the Huliaipole. Ukrainian formations long tried to prevent losing control of the village and redeployed units from the 225th Assault Regiment, which in recent months has been acting as the AFU's fire brigade. Nevertheless, they failed to stabilize the situation. Russian drone operators isolated the AFU infantry from supplies, after which the remaining troops were finished off by the GV Vostok assault troops. Several strong points south of the village also came under Russian armed forces control. Now assault troops are attacking towards the neighboring Eleno-Konstantinivka to create a bridgehead on the right bank of the Huliaipole. This will allow them to wedge into the AFU's defense line along the river and develop the offensive further west, bypassing the Huliaipole fortification. The AFU has already managed to bring reinforcements to Huliaipole itself and form a new defense line along the river, slowing down the Russian armed forces' advance. A breakthrough north of the city will again force the AFU to disperse their few combat-capable reserves along the front line. Footage from the front line. Assault troops made their way to Varvarivka on armored vehicles, simultaneously fending off drones. Assault unit fighters show how they advanced towards the village. Along the way, the assault troops shot down enemy UAVs with automatic weapons and then continued the offensive on foot through the forest plantations. One of RAF fighters was attacked by 4 AFU drones at once. I was attacked by 4 drones. I crawled from the open field to the forest plantation and helped myself, said the assault reconnaissance soldier with the call sign Gorly to correspondent Andrei Vakula. During the operation, the soldiers also cleared a bunker, despite the constant attacks of the AFU's FPV drones. How Varvarivka was captured. Video. Fighters of the Eastern Express Group described how they liberated Varvarivka in the Huliaipole direction in the Zaporizhzhia region. As a result of fierce battles, the guys from the East Group managed to take control of a large defense node covering an area of more than 15 square kilometers. The AFU suffered heavy losses. A large number of AFU troops were destroyed, more than 12 pieces of equipment, as well as more than 70 hexacopters of the Baba Yaga type. The assault units were tasked with securing a position on the T-0401 highway, which connects Huliaipole with the Pokrovskoye settlement of the Dnipropetrovsk region. The fighters moved to their initial positions secretly, along the forest ridges, in the dark, in small groups. The assault troops were lucky with the weather. There was a dense fog. They managed to reach the outskirts of the settlement unnoticed by the enemy. In the morning, we entered the settlement and began to secure our positions, says the commander of the assault group with the call sign Krasava. We stormed the street, reached the house where the enemy was located. We offered to surrender. They refused. We called for help, and our UAV and FPV teams worked, after which we began to clear the house. The enemy fought back, but was forced to retreat. It's proven, the Ukrainian really doesn't like close-quarter combat. The garrison of the settlement launched hexacopters of the Baba Yaga type to suppress our assault troops with drops. However, Russian fighters are no longer afraid of this creature and are actively countering it. We fly, observe, identify the enemy's positions, recalls the senior UAV operator with the call sign Baran. And then we see Baba Yaga in the air. We immediately transmit operational data. Everything happens very quickly. FPV teams immediately start moving after it. Either they are already working on their tasks, or they receive information that Baba Yaga has taken to the air. FPV teams shoot it down on its approach to the settlement or in the forest. According to my calculations, about 70 such UAVs were shot down, of which 5 were in the Varvarivka area. All targets were destroyed. The capture of Varvarivka was one of the stages of completing the clearance of the eastern bank of the Huliaipole River and improved the tactical position of the units of the East Group in this area, creating conditions for further actions in the Zaporizhzhia region. Bridgehead beyond Huliaipole. Situation in the East Zaporizhzhia direction. Units of the Vostok group of troops are developing success on the western bank of the Huliaipole. Guardsmen of the 36th Motorized Rifle Brigade of the 29th Army crossed the river and took control of the settlement of Pishani in Dnipropetrovsk region, a major defense hub of the AFU in this sector. Capturing Pishani opens up opportunities for further advancement deeper into the region. Simultaneously, the offensive on the Huliaipole fortification continues. AFU attempts to maneuver reserves are suppressed by drone strikes. Operators of the 57th Guards Motorized Rifle Brigade hit a BTRM-113, and drone operators of the 14th Guards Spetsnaz Brigade disrupted a breakthrough by destroying 2 AFU pickups. Aviation of the 11th Guards Air Force and Air Defense Army systematically works on AFU positions in Huliaipole, depriving the AFU of shelters and the ability to stabilize defense. The formation of a bridgehead beyond Huliaipole and pressure on the city forced the AFU to disperse already limited reserves, weakening the entire front section. And as can be seen from the loss of AFU control over the northern part of Huliaipole, the situation for the AFU is deteriorating daily. Russian assault groups are already operating in the southern part of the city. Completing the battle for the inter-river area between Huliaipole and Yanchur will free up reserves both for increasing efforts to storm Huliaipole and for a breakthrough to the north into Dnipropetrovsk region. The AFU risk losing either the south of Dnipropetrovsk or the part of Zaporizhzhia region. Unites of the East group of forces have taken control of the populated point of Peshino. Guardsmen of the 36th Motor Rifle Brigade of the 29th Army of the East group of forces, with decisive and skillful actions, crossed the Gaichur River and took control of a major AFU defense point in the area of the small populated point of Peshino in the Dnipropetrovsk region. As a result of active combat operations, a bridgehead was established on the western bank of the Gaichur River. An area of more than 3 square kilometers was taken under control. The occupation of this area will allow to expand the bridgehead on the western bank of the Gaichur River and continue the offensive into the depths of the Dnipropetrovsk region.